Hey Libra, how are we today? As you can see, I am back home after traveling, so back to our normal background and everything. I still do have a child in the house. It is school holidays, so hopefully he doesn't make any interruptions. We should be all good. He's pretty good these days. But I will just let everyone know if you can leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I'll be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers, and we are getting super close, guys. So, keep up the support. I really appreciate it. Every single like and subscribe really does mean a lot to me, so thank you. Today we are going to be looking at your person and the energy, kind of energy versus reality of them toward you. Okay, so when I say energy, I do sort of mean, the things like their thoughts and feelings, that general energy that they have towards you in this connection. And then the reality, we do sort of see a lot more of actions and what's actually going on in the real world with the connection as well. All right. So when I'm looking at energy, I do have the Healing Light Lenormand. For the reality section, we do have the Tanis Lenormand deck. And I do also have those healing, not the, sorry, my brain, holiday, still on holiday brain, guys. But I do have the hidden truth messages, so we can sort of have a look and see if there's anything else under the surface we need to be aware of with that person as well. So, obviously, if you do not have a current person, this could be somebody in your near future as well. Okay, so I did do the single readings last week, so sort of up to you what suits you best to be watching there. But as always, can always check other placements as well. All right, so we do have that starting with the energy behind the situation. Okay, so your person's energy coming towards you, Libra. Energy towards Libra from your person. Okay, so firstly, we do have the bear energy coming from your person's energy. All right, so that is kind of like the mama bear. So they've probably got a lot of protective kind of energy going on at the moment. It may just mean they're very strong, standing in their own power at the moment, very aware of themselves, and and what they do want to protect when it comes to their innermost feelings. To see the bear on the energy side of things, though, it usually does sort of refer to them being very, protective of themselves when it comes to connections, and not wanting to sort of um, be too vulnerable, I suppose. But the interesting thing is that with that bear, the next card I do have is the sun. All right, so the sun really does shine a light on those things that they are being protective of. So it kind of might be revealed to you that they are being a little bit protective of certain things within themselves. But I do feel as though with the sun there, that they will come to light, and it's sort of nothing really that's going to be hidden from you, so to speak. It's not really a negative as such. It's just things that, you know, they're just a bit protective of, possibly a little bit defensive if people get a bit too close to them. That we're just sort of seeing somebody who is on their guard, really. They're probably, when I see the bear, when it comes to energy, it's obviously a lot of us have, past relationships where we have sort of now found that need to guard ourselves a little bit more in the future, and with future connections as well. So we're just sort of seeing that flowing through, that they are quite protective of themselves. All right, so but once again, like I said, it could definitely be, someone who is just quite strong and powerful person just within themselves. Sometimes I do see this card coming out for Capricorns and Leos, so it definitely could be a Capricorn or Leo placement that your person has quite strongly there. So if that is the case, it would probably pay for you to sort of look into those signs a little bit, whatever placement that person has, whether it be Capricorn or Leo. If it is a strong placement, maybe just looking into that a little bit, and seeing how it affects how they present themselves within connections as well. All right, because you know, sometimes it can be quite difficult to be the person on the other side of a Capricorn or Leo placement. You know, sometimes they can be very reserved and, you know, hold things quite close to them and be a little bit defensive of their own inner world. All right. So it's just something to keep in mind, Libra. It could even be you that's got those strong placements as well. So just be careful not to allow it to go into overprotective or defensive. All right. Just it's fine to be, you know, protective of yourself and your feelings, but you know, we don't want to see that go too far where, you know, all of a sudden that bear rears up and is eating someone's face off. We never want to see that. Okay, guys. um, like I said, I have strong Leo and Capricorn placements, so the bear really always resonates with my placements, and I am very well aware that, you know, what I just said sort of resonates for myself as well. So nothing, you know, nothing horrible. All right, it's just one of those, just the way people present themselves. Sometimes it can be a little bit, you know, defensive against, especially if it's a new connection. All right, but with the sun, we do see a lot of happiness. All right, so they it feels like they're probably just a happy person, just in general. They probably do have a lot of happiness just within them. They're not sort of that negative Nancy type person. They're a happy type of person. But like I said, they will bring things to light that need to be brought to light. So anything, you know, that they feel needs to be revealed to you, they're not going to hold back. They are going to reveal, you know, those things to you. It may just, with that bear, take them a little bit longer to, you know, get past their own defenses before they do sort of reveal their whole selves to you. But with the sun, it is a very warm, loving type energy. It's the happiest card in the deck. Okay, so we do get a lot of happiness from your person, whether that, you know, and towards you as well. So they're very happy about this connection, which is fantastic to see. We do also have the fish card. Okay, so once again, I am getting a very strong sort of Leo vibe, because that sun is the Leo card as well. All right, so there is a bit of a strong Leo vibe coming through from your person as well. But we also do have the fish. All right, and so that personally, it is the Gemini card, but it can actually also represent Aquarius and Pisces. All right, but in this particular aspect, it's also actually representing that Capricorn placement that I mentioned earlier as well, because it is the card of wealth and finances, you know, so that is quite a Capricorn domain, you know, but I'm just feeling that, you know, it's a lot of abundance. So it's abundant happiness, abundance of feelings towards you, abundance of, you know, everything kind of coming towards you. I do feel as though it's just sort of talking about, you know, their you know, a very abundant type person, that just being with this person, you probably notice more things coming into your life that you weren't even aware you wanted, those sorts of things. And they may actually be quite wealthy as well with that particular card. And or if not, you know, they could just be somebody who is, you know, focused a little bit on money at the moment, and you know, they do sort of put that as a priority as well. So it definitely could be impacting the way that they are coming towards this connection, some sort of financial differences between you. They really want to make sure that you guys are on the same page financially. It's probably very important to them. So if there is a bit of a discrepancy between your, you know, your financial situations, it really would sort of say, you know, that they are maybe a little bit worried about that. You know, so for example, if you earn a lot more money than them, they may be sort of feeling as though they need to get, you know, more money to sort of match up with you a little bit better, and vice versa as well. That it's just something that they probably do hold a lot of importance toward money. You know, once again, it's strong Capricorn Leo vibes coming through, but really it is just an abundance of, you know, a lot of wealth. I feel like they're feeling like a lot of wealth will come out of this connection, you know, and wealth can be a lot more than just money. All right, so they're just feeling that, you know, meeting you is like that thing that's better than money. So it definitely could be showing that, you know, deep down they are sort of feeling that, you know, this connection with you is worth a lot more than money, Libra. So it's definitely got that wealth aspect going on there, that abundance of feelings coming through with that as well. So we'll have a bit of a look at what the actual reality of, if that's the energy of your person, it's looking quite lovely towards you there, Libra. So we'll have a look at what the reality of this person towards you, Libra. Libra, your person's reality towards you. The reality of this connection towards our Libra, please. Okay, and I'll just get, I just want to grab clarity on that, those last two cards. Can I just get a clarifier for those last two cards, please? And the heart on the bottom of the deck there, Libra. So definitely a lot of love coming through in the reality of the situation. We do have the cross. Okay, so you guys may have a really strong spiritual connection. That may definitely be an influence. Like I said, with that abundance card, where it's kind of, it feels like your person's really wanting to make sure we are matching. It does feel as though they are feeling that you guys are matching on a sort of an energetic level. This does talk about that spiritual component. So they do feel as though, you guys do really match on that spiritual side of things, on the energy side of things. And it feels quite destined as well. All right. So they are feeling as though this connection is, part of their destiny. So that's a lovely card to see for the reality. Okay. So sometimes though it can talk about a bit of a burden that they may be carrying. So that may be what we're sort of seeing back up there with that bear energy. They're just feeling a little bit overprotective of themselves. Like I said, it could just be that they are feeling a little bit financially burdened at this time and wanting to sort that out a little bit more before really sort of diving down into this connection. So we are sort of seeing that, it could just be a little bit of that. I'm not getting it very strongly though. It's just kind of, if anything, it's talking about moving away from any burdens from the past. We are seeing that the main message coming through from that cross today is that they are just feeling that this is actually, it was destiny to meet you, Libra. So that's feeling really positive. Then we do have the ship, which is followed by the mountain. All right. So the mountain, once again, that is the Capricorn card. So once again, I'm getting really strong Capricorn and Leo. Like I said, Leo has come through quite strong. Capricorn has come through quite strong. Sometimes I don't really, read the signs that much, but they are coming through quite strongly in this reading. So, like I said at the start there, definitely if one of you has a Capricorn or a Leo placement, maybe just sort of looking at how that's going to affect the connection, all right? Because it does feel important to this connection, all right? But with that ship, we really do see that with the reality of this connection, they're really wanting to sort of start that journey with you. They feel as though we're about to embark on a great adventure, all right? So it's definitely a positive coming through with that ship. It definitely can talk about, things getting started really quickly as well. It can sometimes be a faster type energy with the ship that sort of, your ships are loaded and it's ready to set sail. So, you're about to set off into this lovely journey with this person's, and they're ready. They've put they've put their sails up, they've loaded up their ship, and they're ready to go on this adventure with you. All right. So the reality of that is that yes, they're definitely sort of moving towards you in a kind of fast. It does feel like a kind of fast-paced way. And even if you guys have been together for a while, they are really wanting to, move on to the next phase. It's definitely some sort of movement, all right, and it's traveling towards that new phase. With the ship and the mountains, it definitely could be talking about, physical travel, all right, because the as you can kind of imagine there, the mountains, can talk about a physical location, like traveling to the mountains, or it can also talk about traveling overseas. All right, so there is sometimes an overseas connection especially when it's these two cards coming out together. So there definitely could be some overseas travel that they want to do with you. Definitely maybe take you to, a mountain hideaway, those sorts of things. Definitely could be a very physical thing with these two cards coming out there as well. But because I have clarified that with the feminine energy, all right, so that kind of does let me know that, more so than physical, maybe for one or two of you, we are looking at a physical trip with this person, but we are really with the feminine, it really does come through as, the more emotional side of things, the more emotional journey, like an emotional journey, an emotionally traveling with you, and they're willing to put in the hard work. All right, so there may be a few little delays or obstacles after it feels as though they're trying to push things forward within the connection, but there may be just some delays or obstacles, and they may need to put in a bit more hard work emotionally in order to, hit the peak with you, and then, smooth sailing the rest of the way down that mountain. The mountain really does talk about, possible delays, but also opportunities. All right. Pardon me, sorry. But yeah, so the with those two cards together, yeah, definitely seeing that coming through more as opportunities to, overcome obstacles together, to, make it an adventure, to put in a bit of extra work to, connect and whatnot, and, really have that sense of adventure, even when things are a little bit hard work with the connection. That it's that sense of adventure to, climb the mountain. And is your person like a mountain climber, hiker type person? Because, they definitely could be, involved in, climbing, or those sorts of things as well. Because it's really vibing as though someone who enjoys the challenge of, putting in that hard work and doing the change, like making the changes necessary so that they can get to the top, and then enjoy that trip back down the other side and really find the opportunities. Because, every time you do face an obstacle together, you have this opportunity to grow stronger together as well. And the mountain is quite strong, foundational work when it comes to relationships. All right. That, sometimes we need those mountains in order to, create the strong, it's quite a solid, connection between you guys there. And like I said, with that feminine, sort of just clarifying that does just let us know that it's about nurturing the connection, and it's about, connecting emotionally and whatnot as well. You can kind of imagine that the feminine energy is a very sort of, loving, nurturing, more emotional kind of energy. So it really does sort of vibe that those any obstacles or delays are really, going to be well nurtured, and moving them into that space of opportunity to, build the connection even stronger. So as a reality, this is looking really lovely, but I will grab a couple of extra cards just in regard to most likely outcomes for this connection. I'm using the reality deck for that as well, guys. Okay, most likely outcomes for Libra and this connection, please. Yeah. Okay, so pretty much it's just telling me what I just saw in the mountain and whatnot as well, what I was just talking about. We do see the tree and the whip, all right? So it's talking about using any issues, any drama, any tension between you is only going to, grow the connection stronger. We do see a lot of growth with the tree, together. I feel it's just like creating those strong roots so that the tree can grow really, really tall. So I feel as though your person is not afraid of any conflict or tension. They're willing to face that head on and deal with that, and get to the growth from that, rather than, allowing that to fester or anything like that. So, as an outcome, to see the tree as an outcome, it does link up also with that cross, and it does sort of, sometimes it can really talk about soulmate type connections with those two cards as well. So they're definitely willing to do the hard work, which is, something you don't see often, I must say, in the reality of a connection. People, a lot of the times, their energy will be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely willing to put in all this work, but in the reality, they definitely are. All right, so definitely some positive energy coming through for you with that. So just keeping in mind, any obstacle really is an opportunity to grow together. All right, so what's the hidden truth behind this connection? Hidden truth for this connection for Libra, please. Okay, so we do have you and I were too young. All right, so I feel as though that's actually connecting up with that ship energy. All right, so I feel like it's kind of actually like you and I were too young to enjoy our youth and to enjoy the adventures, but now I'm like ready to enjoy the adventures. It's kind of a it's not coming through very clearly, but it does say you and I were too young. But it feels as though this is somebody who's like I said, once again, it's a Capricorn thing, all right? Because it's a common thing for Capricorns to be, to age backwards, right? So they'll be really young, um, as children, they'll be quite, responsible and dutiful and all that sort of stuff. And then as they age, they become a lot more fun and outgoing. And I'm getting that vibe, okay? So that they're like aging backwards, so that, the older they get, the more that they're understanding that they want to enjoy life and, have fun and have that happiness come through. We did see that happiness card up the top there. So, it's really feeling like this person is, as they age, they're realizing all the things they may have missed out on when they were younger, and they're wanting to, enjoy and have fun a lot more. And that's why we're seeing that adventure. They've got this adventurous spirit moving forward into the future. And we do also have, I'm starting to understand our connection. All right. So that I feel like that's probably you, actually, Libra, that you are starting to really understand this person a little bit better and understand how they sort of tick, and it's sort of starting to make a little bit more sense for you, why certain things happen, and why they need to be a little bit, I don't know, I'm just getting this very interesting vibe from your person that, that they're quite logical and centered around, things like when we saw the abundance coming through, and the way that they deal with conflict, it does feel really positive. All right. So it may be new for you, and that may be why it's something that's taking you a little bit of time to understand how they deal with these sorts of conflicts. So that's really interesting. Yeah. Let me know in the comments how that resonates for you guys, and whether it's you with the strong Capricorn or Leo, or whether it's your person, because I really do feel that, for majority of you out there, we do have some strong Capricorn and Leo placements happening with this connection today. Okay. So let me know. I hope to hear from you guys soon, and I'll see you all again.